I'm here to discuss a global issue that's spiraling out of control and will continue to decimate ecosystems, populations of animals, and the beauty of nature that we have here on Earth. Climate change is human-caused and has already led to rising sea levels and increasingly devastating natural disasters, such as fires and hurricanes like the ones that we've seen here in California, that are like nothing we've ever seen before. As someone who loves nature, this is incredibly sad for me because eventually all the beauty of nature will go extinct and our children will never be able to see what we see. Climate change is very real and it will continue to have severe negative impacts if we don't step up and vote for big legislative changes to try to reverse this global issue before it's too late. Not everyone supports that climate change is real, but this will only hurt us in the near future. Humans release so many greenhouse gases through automobiles and industrialization, and they get trapped in the ozone layer, which leads to the rising of temperatures. Human-caused climate change has been confirmed by over 97% of scientists in the world, according to studies that they've done since the 1990s. The global temperature has been slowly rising since the 1880s and is now at a rate like it's never been before. Using thermometer records that are going back to the 1800s, the global average temperature can be seen rising over 1 degree Fahrenheit and 2 times that in areas of the Arctic, according to an article published by National Geographic. This is causing a rise in sea levels and endangering wildlife, and if we don't step up now, the beauty we have the privilege of seeing and experiencing won't be around for our children. The extinction of wildlife has great environmental impacts. It will have a bigger effect on us than we realize. According to the article Global Warming and Climate Change, published in the Opposing Viewpoints online collection, plants and animals might not be able to survive the rapid changes caused by global warming and could become extinct. Over the long term, such changes would result in the loss of biodiversity on the planet. Some ecosystems, such as coral reefs and coastal mangrove swamps, are likely to disappear completely. Humans rely on this diversity to make a living and to survive. Lots of these animals provide food for billions of people in the world, and additionally, entire towns, such as ones off of coasts, rely on coral reefs or tourism to make money, and these people won't survive. They're also in jeopardy of being flooded, and entire towns could be covered in water. Everyone will suffer and feel the impact of climate change if we don't invest the time and money to change it, which brings me to my next point, cost. The main argument against legislation is the high cost of it, but the cost of climate change itself ends up being more expensive in the long run. For us especially, according to the World Wildlife Fund, the US is the second largest carbon emitter and the world's largest economy. We have the power and the means to make a huge difference, so we need to step up while we can. Studies find that if the entire world makes the lower cost measures that it would take to limit global warming to 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, the estimated cost is 200 to 350 billion pounds per year by 2030. This is less than 1% of the forecasted global GDP in 2030, which is not a lot. Climate change mitigation has shown to be much less than the financial costs that are caused by the disasters that are a direct result of climate change. An article in Opposing Viewpoints online collection called Global Warming and Climate Change explains the severity of the storms, stating, "The hurricane season of 2017 proved to be the costliest hurricane season since 1900, with severe weather and rising sea levels leading to tragic loss of life and over $215 billion of property damage in Florida, Texas, and Puerto Rico, as well as other states in the Southeast and several countries that are located in Central America and the Caribbean." Overall, the negative influence that climate change has on the US and the environment outweighs the cost involved, so there's no reason for us to not take climate change seriously and set up a better future for ourselves. Taking a stand to fight for climate change legislation is extremely important in the US and across the entire globe in order to preserve the earth and our lives that we have here, so that we can continue to live happy lives and not have to worry about the environment being decimated. The time to join together to make a real change to stop this issue is now. Thank you.